my fellow comic book collectors. Today is going to be a really cool, really rare unboxing. The comic that I'm going to show you, there's only one of on the census. So maybe there's others out there, but it is a really rare comic. You just don't see it ever, like ever. And it's a bit of a Canadian element to it. So maybe 2-3 years ago, somebody kept on saying, "Oh, do you ever collect Canadian whites?" And at the time, I really didn't. I heard of them. I just thought they were too rare to find. We even had, like in Canada, we had like special stamps created to celebrate the Canadian whites, which were these comics that were printed during the wartime era. Because we had sort of a trade embargo where we didn't import comics from the US. And so we had to produce our own. So one of the companies that produced comics in Canada was called Anglo-American Press. And they got the rights to distribute in Canada, like the stories for Fawcett Comics. So this is one of those. So this is a really great unboxing. It is the only one on the census. I got it from Comic Link. I was super excited to win it. Actually, it was a really great auction. There was like three different Anglo-American Canadian whites on the auction. And I bid on all three of them. I only won this one. But this is the one I actually liked the best. And it went for about the same as the other two. This one had the best cover though. By far it was the coolest. Okay, so I'm going to show it to you. Hopefully it's exciting. I have some warning. There is some scary stuff. I hate these. I know. I have to deal with it. So annoying. Okay, so underneath all of those is the comic. And if you can hear that sound, that is the sound of 1,000,000 of those landing on my floor. It's so annoying. I hate these things. One sec here. Okay, so that was intensely obnoxious. I hate those things. Okay, but they do protect the comic, so I can't really complain too much. Okay, so here's the comic. I'm going to open it up. It is definitely a really cool comic. I actually think it's cool, not just because it's a one of a kind and all that kind of stuff, but I really like the cover. It's just got a really cool cover. It's a cover that I don't think they ever did anything kind of similar for the US versions of the same comic. So it's actually kind of interesting. It's almost in the magazine style case. Here's the comic. So you can see it's in this really big case. I don't know why CGC put in this massive case, but it's Whiz Comics Volume 3, Number 6, which I don't know what number that would correspond to, but it is really interesting cover because it's a Good Girl art cover. And for Whiz, I don't remember any, you can correct me in the comments below, any like Shazam or Captain Marvel covers which were kind of like this kind of bikini Good Girl art covers. I don't think there are any. I think this may be the only Good Girl art cover for Whiz Comics. So I think that's kind of cool. And it's the Canadian edition. So, and it's one of a kind. There's only one on the census. It's not a high grade, you can see. Now, these Canadian whites, that's what this is referred to. The reason that was called Canadian whites is they would, they were kind of on black and white. They were done in black and white. So there's no color in the inside. They were being really cheap on the production costs. Very low quality paper, just the worst paper. Like it is like probably even at the time it would be really flaky and brittle. So these things just would notoriously fall apart. That's probably why very few survived to this day. And we also had the same thing that happened in the US. Like, not only did we have like these comics not really being made very well, but we also went through the Comic Code Authority and people freaked out and burned a lot of these comics. And there's also the paper shortages, and a lot of the comics were used for the paper shortages. Yeah, there would be paper drives and people would give their comics. So many factors into why this comic is intensely rare. just in, and it's just such a great cover. I really like the Good Girl art. I just think it's such a interesting cover for Wiz Comics. And I'll show you the back. The back's actually kind of interesting too. Oh, can I read it? Junior Commandos, tank and Jeep construction hit. Like it's like a little, I don't know, some kind of like army toy set. This is like whenever I think of comics, actually, I always think of the ad on the back. It was either, when I was a kid, it was either Sea Monkeys or like this army set with 200 pieces. I think it was like 200 pieces, and it was like $1.99. And it was like this really colorful thing where they would show like them storming the beaches of Normandy kind of style. And this is the Canadian, the Canadian version of that. It's like so low key. It's like one tank, one Jeep, and one soldier guy. It's like so low key, only in Canada. And but it's 25 cents, so it is more affordable. But yeah, this is really cool. I just really like this comic. I think it's really awesome. I'm just so excited to have this in my collection. So that's it. It's a very small unboxing. Very cool book, though. Tell me what you think. Are there any other Good Girl art covers for Wiz Comics? Tell me in the comments below if you can think of one. I'd be curious to know that. Especially it has to have bikinis. Okay, that's the key. So thanks again for watching. The comic, by the way, just so you know, is from 1944. That's another important thing. So it's got that wartime feel as well. So thanks again for watching, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye for now.